This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet lovers, and welcome to Best Bets for Pets. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. We love our dogs and cats, and I don't know what else do people have these days, pigs and chickens and horses and goats and all of them. But sometimes, their beds and their blankets and all that get really stinky, and there's nothing that gets out that smell. Regular type of laundry detergents just kind of mask it. It still stinks. But the guest I have on today is going to talk about his product, which blows away anything you've ever tried before, and it takes the stink out of your pet stuff. We'll be right back.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Kyle Knappenberger. He is in charge of product development and technology for Timolon Corp. Welcome, Kyle.
Oh, Michelle, thank you for having me today. I'm very pleased to be on the show. Timolon Corporation is our company, but a lot of folks know us by our brand name, which is EnviroKlenz.
Okay, and so what is EnviroKlenz? Before we talk about the product in specific, what is EnviroKlenz about?
Absolutely. Well, as a total concept, the EnviroKlenz line of family of products are designed to remove various chemicals and odors and pollutants from our day-to-day lifestyle, whether that's air filtration, laundry enhancement, or source treatment on upholstery, carpets, rugs, really you name it. If you're the type of person who's trying to better your life, reduce what you're potentially being exposed to from a harmful chemical perspective, or reduce odors, that's what EnviroKlenz does. And we actually kind of have the tagline, which I think makes a lot of sense, of clean has no odor. Because if you're mitigating the various odors and things that you're exposed to, you wouldn't be smelling anything.
I tried your EnviroKlenz Liquid Laundry Enhancer. Tell us about that.
Well, this is a product that's been on the market for a few years now. One of the exciting things, though, that we have done recently is we've worked to enhance the product, make it more user-friendly. We've put it into more sustainable packaging. But what the product is at its core is an enhancer. So it is used in conjunction with your detergent. Detergents do a wonderful job of, removing the stains or the physical matter that may be on your launderable items. But they often do not fully address the odors that are associated with the chemicals that get left behind sometimes on those fabrics or washable items. So by using our product with your detergent, you're actually able to get it clean and mitigate and remove or eliminate or neutralize the offending odor sources behind it. So it really is that, shot in the arm for your laundry that can help get rid of those, stinky odors that sometimes get left behind. And unfortunately, sometimes those odors that get left behind are actually odors sometimes created by the, constant use of your washing machine. They can build up odors over time because they're constantly rinsing things out of them. But this product can be used to help mitigate all those types of odors that get left behind on your washable items.
Okay, you said something really interesting. And I want to just ask about it in more detail. So I understand it's a laundry enhancer and it goes with detergent. You would think so, say if you have an odor on something, and we're all about pets. So let's talk about, pet stuff. And one of the worst smells and types of the worst is cat urine. That stinks, it lasts, whatever. So regular detergent, while it will take a stain out. So if my cat pees on, let's say a white blanket, it'll take the stain out. But you said it leaves some chemicals behind. Why? Why isn't the odor removed? Even with detergent that says odor removing, it doesn't usually work as well because you can still has like a faint stink.
Well, it could be from a few different things. Sometimes the detergents, they're often working to try to remove physical matter, which is more of a physical removal process using soaps and surfactants and detergents to help lift things out. But they may not always work well against the chemistry of what is an odor. And the odor is generally caused by, a chemical, whether it's a liquid or a vapor that has deposited onto something. And sometimes those chemicals can interact with the various fabrics and fibers in your item that you're trying to clean and eliminate. But there's another thing that sometimes people forget about is, you put it in the laundry and you wash and you have your detergent, it kind of removes everything, but it's floating there in the rinse water or the wash water. It then drains and it fills up again, and it can then just redeposit those things right back onto your clothing. And that's where our enhancer is working. It's working at the wash level by, it is coming into direct contact with those chemicals and odors on the fabrics or the washable items. But it's free floating there in the wash water and to some degree also the rinse water, so that if those things do come loose, they can be captured and neutralized or eliminated by our product and then rinse out of the wash when you finish that wash cycle and then move on to the rinse cycle. So it really is addressing those chemicals and odors in two different steps, both a physical removal, but then also the chemical mitigation, whereas a lot of times the types of detergents that have both stain and odor fighting, the terminology odor fighting or odor eliminating can mean a lot of different things. But what it means to us is actually coming into contact with the offending odor source, that odor chemical, that molecule, capturing it and breaking it down, where sometimes other products or technologies might be working through singular chemical mechanisms or a mechanism that is more of an encapsulant or a masking agent, more so than a technology that can actually break it down.
Very interesting. We're about pets here. So what about toxicity for pets? Because that's always a concern when you're in a pet household. You want to make sure that even your chemicals you put on your, floors, laundry detergent, everything is going to be pet friendly because, and some pets are very sensitive, have allergies. I remember buying something. It was something for a rug and it was for pets, but my dog, I don't know what happened, but his nose blew up. So he obviously had an allergic reaction. And this was supposed to be pet friendly. So I know with laundry enhancers, you're washing it off, but is there any residue there? Is it safe for all pets? Is it safe, for like pet beds that they're going to lay in and roll in and pet toys?
Yes, that's one of the things that's actually quite important to us here at Timilon and within our brand EnviroKlenz very specifically is the active components, I guess you could say. Our laundry enhancer really is about 4 or 5 key ingredients. It's water, and then it's some earth mineral technology, consists of metal oxide powders, which those are components that are regarded by many to be, of course, very safe. They're naturally occurring. The Earth's crust is, predominantly, or not predominantly, but, 20, 30% of the Earth's crust is actually metal oxide based technology. So it's, in a silly sense, you could almost say it's sophisticated dirt that we make. But what we do is we are enhancing our materials to really unlock the capabilities that these earth minerals have so that we can use them in these types of applications that require chemical or odor types of removal or elimination or neutralization.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and then I have more questions for you. We'll be right back. Polly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking to Kyle Knappenberger. He is the Product Development and Technology Manager at EnviroKlenz. And we're talking about their liquid laundry enhancer. But I know we talked in the first half, you have a whole line of different products. Let's talk about this. This is something that came to mind, and I didn't have a problem when I used the laundry enhancer, but I know a lot of people out there are saying this could happen. Pets are very scent sensitive. You know, their nose, they smell things that we don't even have a clue as to. Although I will never understand why they have to go right up to each other's butts, whether it's dogs or cats especially, and sniff if their scent is so enhanced. But once we wash our clothes or their pet bed, you know, or whatever it is, their blanket, are they going to have a problem recognizing that that's their bed again? Because you know how pets kind of, you know, your cat or dog will rub all over it, make it their own. It's, you know, it's my bed, and then it's washed, and your, you know, EnviroKlenz laundry enhancer is used. So the scents are gone, the odor's gone, but will my pet know that it's his bed?
I believe so. And I'm saying that from personal experience as well. And the fact that we have a lot of customers that are using our laundry enhancer for that very application. We've heard no issues with people reporting back that their pets are no longer recognizing their blankets, playthings, or bedding as theirs. I think that's a win-win. You know, we're getting rid of the odors and helping mitigate that, helping it be less potent in their living areas, making it better for the people in the house, but it is not disrupting what the pets are doing, which is ultimately the goal, you know, here is keep them safe and keep the house odor free.
Yes. And, you know, you mentioned that your product is sustainable, and I thought of another reason that it makes me feel like it is very environmental friendly. There's a lot of times when we'll have this happens, you know, a sick animal, and your fur babe passes on, or is just maybe there's a moment of sickness, and you need to, rather than throw away whatever you're using, there's a lot of things that have covers and that can be washed, but, you know, we don't want to add more to landfills. We want to try to reuse. It's kind of the trend of the moment, but it should be the trend for always, you know, to recycle and reuse as much as possible rather than just toss away. And so I'm thinking back to many years ago when my first girl dog, she passed, and she was sick all over this cover of this bed. And your product, I didn't know about it back then, but we're going back like almost 20 years. And after I recovered from losing her, of course, I could have washed that and then, you know, brought it to a shelter.
A donation. Absolutely.
Right. But that's another way that it's really, you know, it doesn't have to be when your dog is sick or passes away. You know, even if you want to donate anything, your dog gets another bed, you want to donate, you know, their current bed, it's better to wash it, I'm sure, you know.
Absolutely. It absolutely is. And it is a restorative type of process. Our laundry enhancer is used for a whole host of things that you're just saying there. You know, people donating clothing to Goodwill, blankets and bedding to pet shelters, just having it come back to them, you know, without that pet smell or pet fragrance. Everybody loves pets, but, you know, when you're looking online, and you often will see as listed as a benefit of an item being sold or donated as, you know, coming from a pet-free or smoke-free type of home. Well, in addition to that, if it is being, a pet item being donated that comes clean or like new is pretty beneficial. So we're heavily involved in a lot of upcycling, I guess you could say, of items in a lot of different markets. And we're happy to be doing that because many of us here at EnviroKlenz have or have had pets, and we know that we want to take care of them, but you just can't buy a new blanket every time your puppy gets sick or goes through potty training or something like that. It's good to be able to treat the product, use the product to treat the items, wash it, and have it back to pre-instance conditions, I guess you could say.
You brought up another question when you said pet-free, for when people are selling things, and, there's a lot with Etsy and eBay and, Facebook Market and all these other places, neighborhood giveaways. And a lot of people are, donate for free. And a lot of times when they put pet-free, it's because people have allergies. So, because I have a close friend and she has never been in my home because I have cats and she is really allergic. So if I were to say there's something I wanted to donate, if I were to use your EnviroKlenz Laundry Enhancer, would that make it the blanket I'm going to donate or wash or give away pet-free enough that it would not affect someone with, very sensitive pet allergies?
I think with the right combination of a really good detergent and our enhancer, you would be along the path to that. I don't know how far I could take that statement, though, but I know that I would feel a lot better if I had done that ahead of time.
Okay. Because you never know as far as sensitive, and then it's still going through your house.
Yes.
And I guess when we get into real science, I'm just thinking, molecules and everything that I remember from science classes way back. So yeah, you couldn't say it's absolutely allergy free because there's, dust and particles. And I know for cats, allergies, it's mostly the dander, which floats around. So yeah.
And the dogs, it's the proteins that come from their saliva and things like that. But if you're a person that's purchasing something or taking a donated item and you're the one that's sensitive to it, if you can handle that item, you're probably going to be able to take it. We've had a lot of experience working with people that have different sensitivities here at EnviroKlenz, the whole range and the whole gamut. And one of the nice things is, our product itself seems to be very good for people that have a lot of sensitivities in a diverse range of sensitivities, whether that's from chemicals to pets to a very specific odor or fragrance.
Okay, let's talk about some of your other products, because I know you have products for other items. It makes me bring to mind, do you have a product for furniture?
We have a product in the EnviroKlenz line called the EnviroKlenz Everyday Odor Eliminator. It is the type of product that if you have like an upholstery tool, that does wet extraction from surfaces, this works really well with that, where you apply our product. It's, again, an earth mineral based technology directly to that fabric. If it's a water type of surface that essentially can handle water-based products, you can apply our product to that, let it sit for a few minutes, and you can extract it off. I used that a whole lot because we had a puppy a number of years ago who would have the occasional accident on couch cushions and things like that. So when that happened, I would apply our product directly to that spot, let it sit, then I can extract it out with our product. And it just worked wonderfully so that odor would not come back. It was mitigated until the next incident, which was on a monthly type of frequency, unfortunately.
It happens. I have a cat that does that too. I have couch cushions that are washable, but now I'll get your other product or wash the couch cushions with EnviroKlenz because...
Yeah, if you've got an extractor, that's a great way to do it. If it's washable, you've got our enhancer. It's really a similar technology, similar approach, just one's being used directly on it and being extracted off while the other's going into the wash for it to be mitigated during the wash cycle.
What other products do you have?
Well, our range of products includes the two that we've talked about, the laundry enhancer and the everyday odor eliminator, which can be used on carpets, rugs, upholstery. We have a lot of products that are servicing customers with airborne odors and fragrances. We have a couple of different models of air purifiers. One is called the EnviroKlenz Air System and the EnviroKlenz Air System Plus. They use 2 or 3 stages of filtration depending upon which model that you get. And they use our earth mineral technology in a proprietary and patented air cartridge filter. We call it an air cartridge as opposed to just simply a filter, because filters often are removing the particulate matter. Our device does that, but our cartridge, that patented component that's using our technology, mitigates the chemicals, odors, and vapors that are circulating in the air that the air purifier brings to our filter to then capture and retain inside of its air cartridge. So that is kind of the flagship product of the EnviroKlenz suite of products. We then have what we call our direct application types of products. Again, we mentioned the laundry enhancer, the everyday odor eliminator. We also have a washing machine deodorizer and a few other direct products where you can sprinkle granules onto different spills or different types of chemical types of spills. But our philosophy, of course, is we're trying to mitigate the odors and the things that you're smelling to better your environment. And we also even have, I quite like this one. It's kind of the concept of the deodorizer block. It's just this little plastic box with some our media granules that can then passively absorb odors in like tight spaces in drawers, or people will sometimes put them in like the laundry room where maybe a pet bedding is, something that just can be in the vicinity of where odors are coming from to help mitigate those odors.
Well, I'm going to take a look because I have to check out your washing machine. You'd be surprised how your washing machine can get stinky, and it's a washing machine. You wouldn't think that,
Yeah, it's the continued reduction of the use of water, which that makes a lot of sense. Let's try to conserve our natural resources, but sometimes they just don't do the job that we're used to from older machines that have higher water levels. And then it just, you kind of get that moldy and musty smell, which is then where our EnviroKlenz front load washer deodorizer comes into play. And it has front load washer in the title, but it really works on all types of wash machines.
That's good. I mean, there's so many front loaders these days.
Mm-hmm.
But so where can we find your product to purchase it?
Well, there's a couple of really good options for our customers. Is EnviroKlenz.com. That's EnviroKlenz.com. But if you also just search EnviroKlenz on Amazon, for example, or Walmart.com and any of the major online e-tailers, those are some of the best places to get it, in particular Amazon, because you can often then get it within just a couple of days.
Yep. Gotta love that. So Kyle, can people purchase your product we're in the US, but can they purchase it if they're outside other countries? And are you made in the US?
We welcome customers from all around the world, whether that's through our website, EnviroKlenz.com, or Amazon. I know we do have in North America, I believe both Canada and Mexico have some of our products available in their respective countries, Amazon's. The products are made in the USA, the ones that we talked about today. Our technology is both a US-based technology and patented and made here in the United States, but a lot of our products and formulations, of course, are formulated here, packaged here, and we get them to customers here in North America, the United States, but also around the world. And some of that's done direct and some of it's done through various partnerships that we have established around the world.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling us all about EnviroKlenz so you could have a smell-free house.
Thank you, Michelle. We're happy to help. And I'm glad you've had the opportunity to use our EnviroKlenz Laundry Enhancer. It really is. It's a product we've had for a long time, but it's one that we've really worked at, further enhancing it, making it better and more sustainable, and putting it in more user-friendly packaging.
I love the packaging. Thanks again, Kyle.
Thank you. Have a great day.
I hope you all enjoyed this show. Check out EnviroKlenz. Check out their website. They have some great products. The laundry enhancer is phenomenal. I used it on Nikki's belly bands. If you've heard some previous shows, belly bands, he wears like a incontinence strip, and that's so he doesn't tinkle all over the place because he's old, he's a little dog, small bladder, whatever. So I washed all his belly bands and no stink, no pee-pee smell. It was just, I loved it. So I cannot wait to check out more of their products. So thank you, Nikki, for wearing your belly bands and not minding that he didn't even notice that they were washed and anything different. The scent, there was no problem. And I was glad because he didn't smell, like pee, because regular laundry detergent doesn't get the stink out. So I would like to thank Kyle from EnviroKlenz for coming on the show today. Thanks to everyone listening to Best Bets for Pets. 12 years and counting, so thank you so much. A huge shout out to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound amazing. Now remember, keep listening. You never know what we're going to have next on Best Bets for Pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.